There are so many rumors swirling around the most highly anticipated roller coaster model that we've ever seen before. And while some of you might think that the RMC T-Rex model is extinct, I am here to share with you that extinct is definitely not the right word for it, and this project is definitely alive, and you're about to learn more about that later in the video. But before that, I will share my thoughts on when we will see RMC officially add the T-Rex to their lineup, and 10 parks that are located all around the world that I predict could very well build one in the future. Welcome to Keep Riding Coasters, formerly Theme Park Predictions. My name is Brandon, and I'm really glad you're here. And the first park on my list is a very intriguing one. Energylandia. This is the roller coaster capital of Europe and soon to be the entire world. People rave about this Poland theme park, from the coasters to the theming and the rides. Energylandia really has dialed up something special. Now, from what I have heard, the park does not have plans anytime soon on announcing a brand new coaster, since they are currently adding 2 new coasters in 2024 and then the Vekoma Tilt coaster, and apparently it's coming in the same year. But I would suspect that the project has been pushed back by a year, which has me thinking, could Energylandia shelf the Vekoma Tilt coaster concept altogether, since the coaster isn't even in development to my knowledge, in favor of a new T-Rex that could open in 2025 or 2026? Something to keep our eye on. There are so many question marks when it comes to the T-Rex model, and rightfully so. How large will it be? How much will they cost? What will the trains be like, etc.? And I predict that 200 feet will be the minimal height for this style of coaster. I just feel like these are meant to be monstrous rides, and if a park cannot build or afford the T-Rex, then the next best thing will be the Raptor model. I also think that they would start off around $18 million USD, and each train would hold 30 riders. As for what year, I think we will see RMC officially add the T-Rex to their portfolio sometime in the first half of 2024. 2023 was a very good year for this next theme park chain. And with the recent news about how much money that they are spending on new capital in 2024 and 2025, we have to welcome back Six Flags to the conversation of major coasters. And with that, the first Six Flags park on the list is Six Flags Great America. This beautiful park is home to 15 different coasters, with the largest being Raging Bull. Great America has plenty of room for this size of a coaster, whether it would be located in the center of the park as you see here, or possibly where the Demon Coaster currently stands. Six Flags Great America lacks one very important thing when you talk about coaster collections: a standout top 10 worthy coaster. And by adding a T-Rex to this park's lineup would do tremendous things for it, and I honestly think it's a real possibility. This next park has already worked with RMC before and opened their very impressive 180-foot tall hybrid coaster in 2019, Japan's Nagashima Spa Land. With 13 roller coasters, including the world's longest, Steel Dragon 2000, it would not surprise me one bit if we would see this park add yet another RMC to their lineup. A T-Rex could really give this park yet another top 10 worthy coaster when you pair this with their amazing looking hybrid coaster. My biggest question is, does Nagashima Spa Land want to spend the money on this large of a coaster? Cedar Point. Sadly, at this point, I doubt Cedar Point will be adding an RMC T-Rex anytime soon. But again, crazier things have happened before. I mean, just look at Zamperla redoing Dragster. A T-Rex checks off all the boxes for Cedar Point, and it really does almost make too much sense for this to happen. But who knows, maybe after working with Zamperla on Top Thrill 2, Cedar Fair is going to start trying some crazy stuff in the coaster world yet again. Now do not forget to check out keepridingcoasters.com for some coaster gear that is affordable and comfortable. heading to New Jersey for Six Flags Great Adventure. This park is creating a very unpredictable path for us to trace, and it's really fun and intriguing. First, we had the Giga Rumors, which come to find out was a real option for the park. Then, there were the Intamin multi-launch coaster rumors, and finally, right before the announcement, the Vekoma rumors started to come in. The good news is, I've heard that Great Adventure has bigger plans, and we can expect their next coaster once the Flash opens to be on a much larger size scale. Great Adventure has the room, but would a T-Rex and Raptor be too similar? I personally do not think so at all, and a T-Rex could be more focused on the height and airtime and not so inversion focused like the Jersey Devil is. The next thing that I'm about to share is extremely shocking to me, but this park is way past due for their next coaster. Hershey Park, located in Germany. It's hard to believe that this park went on a streak of adding 5 new coasters from 2001 to 2014. And since then, nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. So what's going on with this park? Now here's why I think it's possible, and that is because this park has plenty of room to expand, and Merlin Entertainment is spending some serious money as of late on new coasters. So only time will tell. In the meantime, I really hope that Merlin announces a new coaster soon. Hershey Park. I've said it before and I'll say it again, but Hershey Park offers a top 3 coaster lineup in the entire world, and with the addition of an RMC T-Rex, many would consider it being the best. Hershey just added the very impressive Wildcats Revenge in 2023, so with working so freshly with RMC, maybe this will entice Hershey to add yet another coaster from them by the end of the decade. I've heard a ton of people speculate that Hershey has a contract with B&M that will provide them with another coaster, so maybe they'll get that before the T-Rex. Either way, Hershey is not playing around, and I'm all here for it. SeaWorld San Antonio. It has been since 2020 that we've seen a new coaster open at the San Antonio park, and with Fiesta Texas killing it right now, there has to be a competitive plan in place for this park to fire back. After all, competition is always a good thing. That's because these parks are located 20 minutes from each other, and SeaWorld San Antonio offers so much room for future growth. Having a T-Rex dominate the skyline would give the park a few things. Number 1, their first top 10 worthy coaster. Number 2, their tallest, fastest, and longest coaster at the park. Number 3, a true hypercoaster. Sorry, Steel Eel, but it's true. And number 4, and most importantly, the best coaster in all of Texas. Heading to Tennessee for Dollywood. This park has told us all to keep an eye on 2026, because that is the year that they plan on adding their next major roller coaster. And with RMC working with Dollywood on the lightning rod conversion, it makes sense. Dollywood could really benefit from a coaster of this size, and with having the center of the park as you see here to work with, and I firmly believe that this area will be home to the park's 2026 attraction, there's a lot of cool things Dollywood could do with this. What Dollywood has going for it also is the funds. This park makes a ton of money, and it's not afraid to spend a ton of money. That's because Dollywood could easily afford just about any type of coaster that they wanted. Heading to Florida for Busch Gardens Tampa. You're going to find 10 awesome coasters here once the brand new B&M Family Invert Phoenix Rising opens in 2024. And lately, there have been a lot of rumors about Busch Gardens Tampa going tall for their next extreme thrill coaster, and a T-Rex makes sense. They have the room, the funds, and most importantly, the relationship with RMC to pull this off. And we cannot bring up Busch Gardens Tampa and not talk about how well Iron Gwazi has performed for the park. This coaster, which opened in 2022, has suffered from very little downtime, and it instantly became a top 10 worthy coaster for many of us. And I'm happy to say that Iron Gwazi is my number one coaster. Now, I personally really do love this fit, and to pair this with the Giga Rumors, it really does make sense since we know that the T-Rex model can go well beyond 300 feet. Now that you know about the parks that I can see a brand new T-Rex opening at, here is why I'm very confident in saying that we will see RMC promote the T-Rex in the next year or soon after. Does anyone else notice the trend right now in the industry? Family coaster after family coaster after family coaster, which is great for the parks. But I think all these new family coaster installs could be coasters that was planned to be a filler while the parks are waiting for the next big thing. And that next big thing is the RMC T-Rex. I predict that 2025 and 2026 will be insane years roller coaster wise, and we will see some serious new top 10 coasters get announced during those years. What do you think about the parks that I mentioned, and is there a park out there that you think could open up a new T-Rex? If so, which park? With all that said, thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and of course, keep riding coasters.